longer you're growing bud. Now you're growing seeds. So you start feeding it grow/fed nudes instead, something with a high nitrogen. Inputs, do you guys think about that? It makes sense, no?
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely. So wait, I guess you need more nitrogen because you're just trying to encourage vegetative growth, no?
I'm not. Go ahead, Brewer.
I was going to say no, but yeah, you're not really
green growth.
You're not growing flowers anymore. You're trying to grow the seed crop.
So I wouldn't eliminate your phosphorus, of course, but you're not going to a bloom regimen, if you will. You're not going to have a nice all-purpose. The Gaia Green up here that is a 444, which a lot of DTC growers like, guys. But I looked at the label and coming in another few grow talks, like the first 3 ingredients are all meals: bone meal, blood meal, feather meal. I'm like, shit, man, I don't know if I want all this meal.
Why is that?
So. Byproducts of like.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because it can be it doesn't have to get sourced from an organic farm, the like actual animal material, for them to be able to call it organic.
Got it. Okay.
So they can feed it it could be blood off the grossest slaughterhouse floor that they give them tons of antibiotics every day, and then you can still call that an organic plant amendment.
And can the plant suck up those antibiotics?
Debatable.
Well, yeah, that's what I would think, man. That's what I would think. I'll do some
We'll
research.
talk about it. Jeremy for Build a Soil. I was trying to get a hold of him, and we scheduled something, and then just got busy. But he had a bunch of shit to say about that, so we'll schedule Jeremy for Build a Soil and get some more information. But moving on. Thanks for the comment, Clever Green 13.
I love busy stoners. Yeah, it's a good combination, man.
Yes.
Where are my keys? No, that's the stoner stereotype, man. We're breaking it, brother.
I like keys, Scotty. I still have keys from my 1996, and then when I take my wife's car, I got to have the bulky or her company truck, if you will, fob thing. And then if you lose it, which we've already lost one, it's like $200 or some shit to get an original one. Like, stick with the keys, please.
Yeah, I stopped using keys, belts, and shoes, man. You know what I mean? Just all things you can lose.
Just need to implant it. They're going to offer that, right? Why don't you just put your sensor for your fob in your wrist?
Dude, my 15-year-old kid and her friends yesterday were talking about nanobots. Yes, they're going to put nanobots in you. I was like, man, kids think about today.
Yeah, medicine delivery is going to get fucking crazy in like 20 years.
But then again, 30 years ago, me and Mike were hanging out smoking a joint. And he was telling me about they're going to try to put a chip in you, man. So I was like, whoa, what's old is new again, right?
All right, back to the Grow Talk. How to Gradually Raise PPM by Mike P. 420.
All right.
Hey guys, Stoner Mike from Anaheim Hills, California. Anaheim.
I've heard of Anaheim before.
Anaheim. With Anaheim.
Sounds delicious.
I got some seeds from Greenpoint, the Motor Punch, and Purple Blue Dream. This is my first indoor grow and a true cannabis fanatic.
Nice. Congratulations and welcome, brother.
Want to make sure everything is perfect. Don't make sure everything's perfect. That's too much stress. Mm-hmm. And need a little advice. I've been looking for a basic PPM chart off the internet, which there is no such thing, in my opinion, depending too many variables there. I don't know how many PPM to raise each time I feed them. I'm a week.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said there's no chart. Just want to jump in. There's no chart, but it's very easy to read, man. We can teach you how to read it. You can teach somebody how to read a plant very easily.
Yeah, and let's get into that. He's week 2 in veg at 440 ppms right now. Sounds okay. He's using the heavy 16 line, A and B, and the prime. What would your schedule for nutrient ppm for the growth cycle be, and how would you avoid nutrient lockup? It happened to my friend who's using the same stuff. So nutrient lockup is meaning not availability. Not, that would either be a pH issue. You got too much salt buildup, right?
That's what primarily a pH issue, I would think, for most growers, right? We were just talking about it. There's a specific range where plants are able to absorb nutrients.
There's going to be pH issues or nutrient antagonism.
Okay, and usually that doesn't. What he means is some things will cancel out other things or block other things. Was the Molder chart? Is that what it was called?
Molder chart, exactly.
Yeah, if you want to go Google that, you'll kind of see what we're talking about. But yeah, don't you think if you're using, that's why you start, if you're a new grower, you find a nutrient program. Give a shout out to New Millennium. You just follow a recipe, and hopefully there's somebody on the other end of the internets or social media or on the phone. If anybody uses that, we'll answer questions for you.
Yeah, but I'm still going on, like if you're doing this every day, one, I'm not familiar off the top of my head with New Millennium's feed chart or the one here with, what's he using, the company he's using, Heavy 16. Anyway, I don't feed every day, all right? I'm gonna do a feed, maybe the third day, I'm like, or third watering, I should say, however frequent yours is. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna give these guys a nice fish. I got a liquid fish or something that's offline, or plain water with recharged. You know, you're talking about nutrient lockup. Do the once a week treat.
That's what I do, man. Every third watering, if I'm doing like my clones or something, every third watering, I'll just do a plain water day. And of course, I don't put any plain water in there without recharge.
And just to kind of get to his question, it's not like you have to every watering raise it by like 20 ppm from the 440 you're at. You can go from that 440 to 800, no problem.
Yep.
As long as the plants are big enough to be using that much nutrient would be the reason you'd want to do that.
Do you guys ever start at 440? I'll even go up to I've got some cup clones that are getting 600 ppm right now.
400 to 600 would be my range for like a freshly transplanted clone or something in like really early veg. 400 to 600, and then
I went from down minus 30 to up
stop at 800.
I was just about to say, I peaked at 740 something when I was running 3-4 years ago, new mill. And also keeping in mind, I'm running the micros with recharge, so I'm bringing my ppm down anyway. But yeah, some strains can definitely be pushed a lot more.
I can go take you and my grow got yelled at it in the comments a couple days ago. Do you even grow, bro? 1200 ppm all day long in my reservoir. My plants fucking are beasts, man.
So those nugs look good, man. Congrats on, this is my first indoor grow. I don't know if those nugs are your first harvest or something you had, but they look like nice little nugs there tricked out. So not sure where those came from or from your first grow being done, but hopefully that helps. Your plants look pretty decent there. Just keep an eye on them and get to know what the plant wants as well. They look not too green right now, but that they're getting plenty of nutrition.
Yeah, so let's teach them how to read it. So that's something where I would say you've got about a lot of nutrition in there. I see that they're clawing down. That one plant is clawing down. That can be a sign of too much nitrogen, I believe specifically. But you might want to back off there. You might want to start doing plain water days. But Jesus, if you're at 450 parts per million, how the fuck can you be overfeeding them?
I don't know what his media is. Some people forget that. You guys are planting in some enriched media that already has nutrition in it. You got to take that into consideration. A lot of bags off the store shelf, whether you're using the Roots or Fox Farm, whatever popular shit out there, has it. So unless this is just straight peat, I see perlite or straight cocoa peat perlite, there's nutrition in there too. So that could be part of the equation.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for that. And you read the color green. So the darker the green, the more nitrogen is in there. When they get really light green, that usually means you're nutrient deficient. So I just kind of read them. There's a little things like if you get way too much, the leaves will curl up and the tips will burn. So that's a sign that you're giving them too much, just a little burnt tip.
And there are a lot of nutrient companies out there that on their feed charts, you do want to do like half of what they're doing on the feed chart because they're just trying to get you to buy more fertilizer. That's why there's companies like New Millennium's one of them that their feed chart actually follow their feed chart. It's set up at the proper amounts for the different stages of growth and not telling you to use too much.
All right, I do like the Mike P there, the fan stand. You got the bricks for your fan stand. I like to go find heavy duty shit too to support my plants. One of my other tent grows, I use the cinder blocks stacked all the way 3 high and double time. So each plant, that would be 6 cinder blocks, plus it keeps you tougher. But when you go in there and fumble around, I used to use 5-gallon buckets as plant stands, but it knocks over too easy for me.
It's true. It's true.
All right, moving on. We got grow hacks here. Speaking of grow hacks, I don't know if this is a hack. My neighbor, he grows some garlic and some other stuff. He's not like a full horticulturist. He used to grow cannabis for sure. I think everybody in British Columbia at one point has grown cannabis for the free market. But he had a new app on his phone. He's like, check it out, dude. Put it on the flower, put it on this. Just tell him everything. I'm like, all right, let's check this. We put it on a Japanese maple because the Japanese maple leaf, at least a variety he had, looked really close to cannabis. I'm like, okay, it said Japanese maple. I'm like, all right, come over to my house. So we're walking around the grow shack. And
I've taken branches of Japanese maples and cut them down and then held them with my friends pretending like they were weed plants before they were little. So
wait, but you're telling me this thing, it sees any
It's
tree
just-
and tells you what it is?
Yeah, you just take your phone, you put his phone on like one of the cannabis leaves, and it said cannabis sativa, and like
How the
it was
fuck are you not
identifying a
blown
tree.
away? I'm
That's
blown away
machine
by
learning
this.
and artificial intelligence allowed to. It's like Google Lens. I know you've used that before.
I'll get the name of the app and share it with you in the DDC. There's probably a few out there, but this one was working remarkably well. So,
They have apps like that for plant problems too, where it'll diagnose tell what the plant is, and then diagnose if there's a problem on it, if it can recognize what it is.
doesn't know, it just says must be the grower issue.
Pretty much.
This doesn't remind you of like a superhero or something like that, where he looks at his vision and he's like, deficient in nitrogen, 50 parts per million. You know what I mean? He looks at that person evil. Dude, this is really getting scary, man, because I can already just press a button on my headphones. You know, I got the wireless neckband headphones. Have somebody talk to me in Mandarin Chinese, and it'll just tell me what he's saying in English. It's just fucking
And
crazy.
for plants, you got to realize too that this is the like consumer-facing version of that.
Right.
Microsoft and its Azure AI has been doing like this on a big scale with multiple drones covering huge acreages and flying over and deciding when and where to water and what to water and everything. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, I bet they
6'4"
are.
is my risk. If I feel like we're about to lose it, then I'll have to
We've got
cut
a
that
grow hack
extra
here.
size right
$400
there.
quarantine greenhouse by Easy to Garden. Dig it. That's Easy, the number 2 garden. This is what's up, DGC here in Michigan. We went into stay-at-home order mid-March, so as a non-essential employee,
See
I
it
found
pop
myself with
here.
extra time.
Brother,
You can only
I think
check.
you're essential. Okay, we're
I'm
all
on my 1
essential.
cent.
And
You
I
hear me?
mean that sincerely.
On it.
You can only check on your grows so many times
get
a
over
day, so I needed a project. I've always wanted a greenhouse. I started watching videos on YouTube, and nothing was exactly what I was looking for, so I just started tinkering. I started with assembling 2x12s and just putting in the ground, and then drove in rebar on either side of the boards to hold in place.
All right, so
And
hey, this is kind of how you make a real greenhouse foundation, I guess, or whatever. But I love what he did. I've done one of these greenhouses using rebar. You know what that is? It's the metal bar you buy at the, you can get it at Home Depot. It's just like metal rod, and you can have it cut, or they can cut it for you. They use like a giant press or whatever.
I used it on my my grow tiki when I lived in Colorado.
Yeah.
I had the bottom of the bamboo. I'd buy the pre-cut 2-foot pieces, put X amount of it in the ground, and it works great.
Dude, I didn't think of that till somebody showed it to me. You can take these and make greenhouse bows out of it and stuff like that. Really cool. Grow house.
Check where your utilities are located, please. Okay, seriously. Make sure you're good, because otherwise you're gonna have an issue. You might electrocute yourself. You might have a gas issue. Check where they're at.
Yeah, you might be digging your power lines up again.
So, dude, he's got PVC, rebar, some wood. He added a little stained glass window for style.
That's cool.
He's got the little door there. All this for $400, and this is great. I love
Nice.
the height.
Went
on
from
it.
down
Might have
30
the
to
seal,
up
and
50.
then also, I don't know what he's growing.
Not a
here.
bad swing there.
He didn't mention he's got all these hay
Staying in the
bales
game.
with a soaker
Let's
hose
get
on
out
the
there.
top and some soil on top of them.
Nice fill.
Potatoes?
I was gonna say, I bet you $10 he's growing potatoes in those.
$10?
That is cool.
Nice. That is awesome. Homie knows what he's doing, man.
I'm gonna have to do that. That looks super simple. Soaker hose right over the hay bales. Good to go. The only thing we'll talk about it when I get my grow. The slugs here in BC. I can't handle the slugs. I used to be friends with them, and now I'm trying to kill them all.
Diatomaceous earth,
Kind of reminds me of the IHOP, doesn't it?
lime.
This is cool, guys. I dig, man. This is a great way. Like I say, if you are gonna grow outdoors for even less, this is kind of enclosed, but keeping the weather off of your grow. Keeping the hail, nothing is worse. Or just at one time in Colorado, it rained for a whole week towards the end of September, and I had mature buds, and I was like, this is never gonna happen again. I'm building my grow shack. So it's a great way to ensure a pretty decent harvest and not have the weather totally F it up.
Yes. Yes.
Go
agreed.
over to Grow Hacks is on dogrows.com. I think under the latest now, it's put back there. It was moved for a second. If you guys want to check this out or some bunch of other good grow hacks going up, highly encourage it. Hack your grow.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to jump in and say, way to do something positive with the quarantine. Being stuck at home for a lot of people has been less than convenient. For some people, it's completely sucked. So it's very cool that you're able to put a positive spin on things and go out there and do a project like that. Respect.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
stay
good use of
medicated.
time, man. Good use of time.
Yes.
All right, question 3 here from, this is Outdoor by Stay Medicated.
I see what I did.
Hey, dude, Scotty Grew, I had a question for you. Growing some plants in Massachusetts, starting with 10 plants outdoor. I'm legally allowed 12. I'm supposed to only have, I believe, 8 ounces at a time.
Right.
Nonetheless, I share with my friends and family, so I usually end up with more. So here's the question. What size pots would be minimum, assuming my genetics are on point and everything else goes well? I want to reach between 1.5 pounds and 2 pounds and stay discreet, which obviously may be a challenge. Also, what can I do to prevent powdery mildew since we get humid days here? Okay.
Biggest
I got a few.
pot size for a big plant, I would say, I'm going to jump in real quick and say 15 gallon. You won't run out of water. I wouldn't say. I'm using 10 gallons and having real good results, but I can water frequently. What are you thinking?
I think a couple things. One, okay, he said to stay discreet. Depending on where you're at, if you need to move your plants and you're keeping your plants like you put them in maybe a 10 gal or 7 gal, depending on how strong you are or what assistance you have, it's nice to be able to, oh shit, man, the neighbor is doing something in his backyard. I don't want these people, and you can move them or put them in your garage or do something with them for a little bit.
Right. Hand
That's
truck
nice
works really good for those kind of things. They make special ones for plants that I have down at the nursery, but you can just get a regular hand truck, hook it back, and you can get pretty big plants out like that.
But other than that, I agree with you, Scotty. He says he has some out there now. What, in 15? There's one in a 15, a 20, and a 30. Outdoors for me, like I did one season, a few in some 20s. I'm like, never again. It's way too small.
Really?
On hot days, I was chasing them. I was growing big plants. In a hot day, like you couldn't water it enough.
Yeah, big plants is a relative term, I guess. But yeah, you're right. If you're trying to grow a huge monster, man.
Yeah, I agree. And then, so as far as, more roots, more battery, bigger plant, usually easier to maintain. So that's the idea there. But you're 15, 20, 30, I think you're on point. As far as also staying discreet, keep in mind, I don't know about Massachusetts. I think it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same here. You're going to go to flowering mid-August, I'm thinking. Typically in Colorado outdoors, I'd start to see flowers mid-August. So my last time I'd top down my plants if I needed to would be very early August. But I topped my plants outdoor, I think 4 times in veg. Like it's up to you to control these to keep them discreet. Just don't do it too close to when you're gonna start to see a little pre-flowers coming. But otherwise, you can grow trees or non-trees. So keep on point with training.
Yeah, you just got me thinking, daydreaming. When I go back to Florida for the nursery shows, Guru and I would go to the FNGLA show, Nursery Growers and Landscape, and we will see the biggest fucking trees in like 15, 20, maybe 30-gallon grow bags. I mean, I'm like, dude, you have like 5 years in a 30-gallon grow bag.
It's where basically the stem of the trunk of the tree is as wide as the grow bag. There's about 2 inches of soil between the trunk and the grow bag. It's pretty impressive.
Wanted to add some shekels.
He also asked
Biscuit.
All right, let's go. Guru about PM. We're going to recommend Marrone Bio, MARRONE, marronebio.com. We've had Matt on the show. They got great, what do we call it? A bioinsecticide.
Biocontrol.
Biopesticides.
You can call it, they're all biocontrols. It's a couple bioinsecticides, and then a biofungicide.
But I want to say that you can actually call them. Most people have just a remarketing of something else that's already out there, and that's why they avoid the words fungicide or pesticide. These are real deal, certified products, man. So it means something.
It's meant to be used, the regalia, not as, okay, I have PM, what do I spray now? You don't want to get it. So you're going to strengthen your plant, you're going to use the regalia, and you alternate with their venerate. And then what's the schedule with it, Guru?
Once a week, spray with regalia, and then alternate with that spray, venerate or grandivo. So you're always using regalia once a week, and then you're using grandivo and venerate staggered every other week.
And I will say the idea, the IPM, man, you're supposed to use that before you get bugs. So if you get just couple bugs, then then you're killing them before you can actually. They can get such a big colony that you actually notice them. That's when you got a problem.
And on Marrone, MORRONE, marronebio.com, you can go to their cultivated garden section for cannabis. You can go as deep as you want. There's a webinar where Matt's like breaking shit down. Like I said, it depends on how deep you want to go on learning about it. And should be working. Coupon code DUDE If you click over there to shop, righonmaronebio.com, to pick up the products. We've been excited. We've been after a company that has something cool to offer. Biocontrol is freaking cool.
Actually, Guru's been after Maroon for I don't know how long, years. He's been.
I think I was preaching their praise when we met.
Absolutely, man. So let's get on it.
Pro of the show, what do we got here? Hopefully it helps your outdoor. Oh, pros list, since I just said pro of the show, dudegrows.com/pro is going to hook you up right on the homepage. You can link to it as well. And this is where we have all of the sponsor coupon codes listed. If you want to vote with your dollars, you're shopping for your grow. Go over the shopping for the grower in your life, or and I actually just thought of this one. Encourage somebody that maybe you got the money, but the grower doesn't. That's your friend. Get them growing, and then you guys both share. Help sponsor their garden. That actually happened for me when I lived in Littleton. My neighbor's like, I want to build the ultimate grow rooms in my garage, dude, but I don't have the 3,500 for construction right now. He's like, you know what? You're gonna share, right? You're gonna share. Totally hooked me up. So
God, that's the magic of weed right there. You know, it's like I'd really like this power boat, but I don't have the $3,500. Maybe you could. Yeah, no problem. I like it.
I am going to feature today, so if you're a grower, you want to create some solventless concentrates, the Rosin Bomb, rosinbomb.com.
Let me get the ashtray off it.
Coupon code DUDE over there. Hook it up. You can just press your own, have fresh quality rosin, and just ready to go. Nothing's better than just having a machine and then right into what do you got? How do you guys smoke it? You don't dab it. I guess you dab it or no?
Always dab it. Yeah. How else do you do it?
How amateur I am. I don't know. I'm not. I got to get one myself.
You know what, dude? You're not amateur. You're just a purist. You like to just smoke the flower for real. For real. You didn't get caught up in all the new stuff, man. You're a purist, brother. Respect.
The flavor. Well, this flavor is super good. I'm toking on this healer right now. It is. We'll talk about it next show, but. Rosinbomb.com, super easy to use machine. It's been field tested for months in the bakery now, and you can use coupon code.
No, I didn't mean to do that.
Unit and a small unit at a great price point, and great quality.
Absolutely. If the shit goes down, man, you need a rosin bomb, a generator, and a bucket of weed. That's all you need, man.
I thought it was. Is it when the ship goes down?
When the shit hits the fan.
You better be ready.
That probably makes sense.
Go to Cypress Hill, maybe. I don't know if it was shit or ship.
I don't know. You know what? Just a couple of long letters in a lyric will screw you up, won't it, man?
dudegrows.com/pros. Vote with your dollars. And while you're voting with your dollars, dudegrows.com/merch. Got some shirts kicking over there. Trying to hook up on some other gear, maybe some coffee mugs or something. I don't know. But there are some cool shirts over there. Karma Dog will ship shit right out to you. Get you taken care of pronto. dudegrows.com/merch to see what's up, and the grow hoodies and the just grow hoodies that are still in stock. So
yeah, I gotta talk to Paul. We made some cool things. We had like a session maybe 2 weeks ago. Made some really cool merch. Hopefully it's up there.
Where's my social distance warrior shirt?
It's in the wash.
Son of a bitch.
That's what happens when somebody sends the shirt to the wrong country.
That's all right. I'm just going to start getting things sent to me so I can just, say, oh, I got this. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Maybe HLG is sending you a 550.
All right. We got to talk about our grows. What's going on in your grow here, Scotty? You got a couple.
Should I push it, boys?
I have a good time in my grow, man. I really
I'm gonna
am
end
out
the
to show
recording
off. I'm out to learn a bunch.
Well, hope you enjoyed it, guys. Just kind of thought I should record that, and I'm glad I did. That was some nice action there.